Okay, hold on. It was Phobic Gaming Nerd. Yeah, you kept asking me about Final Fantasy. I saw the new Final Fantasy 16. When I first saw like the first little bit of it, like the first 10 seconds, I didn't really know what it was, to be honest, until I saw the chocobos and I was like, holy shit, it's a Final Fantasy? I was like, this can't be Final Fantasy 16 because never in Square's history, chat. I mean, I've been a Final Fantasy fan since I was like 12, chat. That tells you how long I've been with this series. Never in their history have they just gone like straight up, well, I don't want to roll D, I'll say, and just boom, here's a trailer for a brand new game in the Final Fantasy series without anything, without any hints, or like, that's just not how they operate. Usually they start talking about it and they start showing shit years out, chat, like years. So for them to just kind of announce it, boom, like, that's kind of surprising. If you look at the time frame, FF15 came out in 2015. I can't say that was a bad game, but it just wasn't. There was like no huzzah with Final Fantasy 15, chat. I challenge any of you guys to like find somebody who was like, after that game came out, who was like super hyped about it. Like, it felt like that game had no juice at all. But I don't know. The game, graphically, the game looks amazing, but I'm hesitant. Like, it looks like Devil May Cry, and I don't know. I just feel like Square has lost the spirit of Final Fantasy. And I know that the remake, Final Fantasy VII remake, was more like action. Devil May Cry is good. I'm not saying Devil May Cry is not good. That's like the point that I'm making is, chat, it's like Final Fantasy VII or Final Fantasy the series, chat, has always been pizza. And for my entire fandom, from FF7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 15, because those are the ones that I played, not 11 and 14. The series has always been pizza, and now you're trying to make it into like cake, and I'm just like, I don't know if I'm okay with this. Like, the game might be really good, and having that type of battle system for 7 remake, like, that's fine, because it's not a brand new Final Fantasy game, or sort of. You guys know it's based on a 20-year-old game. So like, I just don't know if I'm okay. Here, I'll show you guys. Before we watch Cells' thing, I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Final Fantasy 15 was a chill game. Yeah, okay, chill, but like, Phobic Gaming Nerd, if you're a hardcore Final Fantasy fan, like, would you consider it one of your favorite Final? I can't find anyone who's like, yo, Final Fantasy 15 is my favorite Final. Like, go find that person. I just feel like, and I know it's not apples to apples, but dude, just, I don't know, that 2000 Persona just came out around the same time and just smashed it. Like, I hate to bring up Persona, but Persona just took away all the fucking hype and juice of Final Fantasy 15. Okay, hold on. Final Fantasy 16. Like, it looks like Final Fantasy, and the characters and stuff, like, they look like Final Fantasy, and that's cool. Graphically, the game looks amazing, but I don't know, just something about like the battles, I guess it just doesn't feel like Final Fantasy to me. Like, Final Fantasy hasn't been good since 12. I liked Final Fantasy 13. I don't understand why everyone hates 13. Like, I thought 13 was fun. I mean, did it have the most exploration or the best exploration? Like, no, probably not, but I enjoyed 13. PS5 better than Xbox? I mean, neither system's out, so how do I answer that? 7 and 10 were the best.
The target.
I agree.
Shiva's dominant.
Okay, so he's talking about Shiva.
And only the dominant.
So it was kind of weird hearing characters with like British accents. It's like, wait, so I guess we're not gonna have like a weeby final. Like, the game first, the graphics look beautiful, and it's just really weird hearing like a British accent in a final. Like, hold on, so no weeb, no like weeby people or anything. That's just kind of weird.
Even know the girl will be on the run.
Oi, mate. No, right?
I do not question.
Oi, mate. Like, right here is when, right here, this scene right here is when I thought it was Final Fantasy. I was like, wait a minute. Random games don't have chocobos in them. I was like, this is Final Fantasy. But I thought it was like a spin-off game. You know? Europe ruins everything,
Sergeant,
Rip.
Let's summon their icon.
If you ever wanted to play Final Fantasy in Europe, press 1 in the chat, because that's what you're getting. Alright, you got Shiva. I don't know what that big guy is.
Our foe will not relinquish their mother crystal easily.
Okay.
This will be a bitter fight.
Yeah, like the game looks beautiful.
You should not be out
It's
of
kind of
doors.
set in the medieval
We have
type
discussed
deal,
this.
which I was like,
Come,
alright, this is
Joshua.
fine, I guess.
Your father will be expecting us.
Final Fantasy in Europe.
I am Joshua's shield.
It could be in the same universe chat as
sworn
like
to
Final
protect
Fantasy 12 maybe, because I think that was like medieval. But okay, like this is what concerned me. Like, and again, I haven't played the Final Fantasy 7 remake chat. I have played 15. I didn't love 15's battle system, to be honest. It overwhelmed me and it was complicated. But when I look at this, it's like, why does it look like, why does that little boy sounds like he looks like a girl in town. Well, I mean, every guy in Final Fantasy looks like a girl, and that's just Final Fantasy. Titus
You
and
refuse.
Vaughn from Final Fantasy 12.
Did you not pledge your sword to our cause?
Like when I look at this just it looks like Devil May Cry, chat. Like I don't
It was the
know.
Dalmex who drove back the Crusaders in the Battle of the Twin Realms, was it not?
You know, like
we cannot defend our realm from the
I
spread
question
of
if this game's gonna have the spirit of Final Fantasy. That's my question, chat. Like, does the action look good? Yeah, it looks good, but this is not what I think of when I think Final Fantasy.
So, the Dragoons. Imperial.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Devil May Cry, because I love Devil May Cry. I love every Devil May Cry game except 2. Looks gorgeous.
It's the Archduke's son.
That. Chat. I mean, again, maybe this is just the boomer in me. When have air combos ever been a part of Final Fantasy? Like, ever. I mean, granted, it's always been turn-based, but like, how did we get from that to like this? What? This is Devil May Cry.
It's the Archduke's son.
Since Kingdom, well, that's another thing. Is if you want to say that, but Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy, like they're distinctly different. Like if they're gonna make Final Fantasy Kingdom Hearts, I'm not really a fan with that. Kingdom Hearts is really it started as a game that was more or less fan servicey. I think this is Ifrit, chat. I don't know if this guy's becoming Ifrit or what, but the spirit is ruined like Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, that's obviously like the summons look different in every game, but I know Ifrit when I see him. That's
The
definitely
legacy
him.
of the crystals.
Old Final Fantasy games are better in my opinion. That one right there, I forget its name, but this like, I don't know if this is like Phoenix, because I'm pretty sure there was a summon called Phoenix in Final Fantasy 7, but there was another one in 10. It was like a bird. It was like an electric bird, like Zapdos from Pokemon. I forget what his name was. It kind of looks like this. Garuda? Phoenix was in 7. Yeah, I know that could be Phoenix, but I can't remember the one from Final Fantasy. It's like the first one you get in Final Fantasy 10. I think they're called Aeons, and it's the first because only Yuna can summon, and it's like the first one you get in the entire game.
Has shaped our history.
Bahamut was an epic summon. Thunderhawk, true. It was Thunder Dragon, Thunderhawk, yeah. I mean, you're always gonna have every Final Fantasy like has Ifrit, Shiva, and Bahamut. Those are like the 3 you basically always get. So yeah, like I mean, the game aesthetically looks really good. The gameplay looks cool, chat. It just doesn't look like what's chat suddenly an expert. I mean, I can speak Final Fantasy, chat. I can literally walk downstairs and get you guys like physically. You guys know I'm OG. If it's not a physical game, like fucking throw it in the trash. I'm not gonna buy it. I can walk downstairs. Let's see, we have 15 Final Fantasies and probably get at least 12 of them. I'm pretty sure I own at least 12. Like 1, 2. It's probably easier to name the ones that I don't own. Let's see, 11, 14, and maybe like 3. Like, I own every other Final Fantasy game, chat. Like, all of them. Now, I haven't played all of them, but like when it comes to like old systems, like a lot of the remakes I own on like the PlayStation or the Nintendo DS, but 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, like I've beaten all of those. I still gotta play 12. I got the remake too. Anyways, let's watch what sells it. What's it called? Spending an extra $100 on the PS5. Supposedly, Final Fantasy 15 was more of a guinea pig for the 7 remake. They took 15's battle system, streamlined it, refined it, fixed the flaws, and then gave it to remake. Oh, so I kind of understand what you're saying, Wilder guys. I don't know if I believe that though. Like, I could understand if Square was like, all right, we're gonna take everything. If Square took 15 and basically said people didn't love this, but they loved elements of it, we're gonna take this and like tune it and make it better, I could get that. But what I don't know if I would buy that when they were making 15, they were kind of like planning 7 remake the entire time. Like, I don't know if like Square's just a weird company. I don't know honestly, but when I look at that, chat, I'm not saying that you can't evolve, right? But I don't know. I just want a fucking turn-based. Is it too much to want a turn-based RPG? Because I feel like every time if I say that outright, then people are just like, boomer. You know what I mean? Like, dude, Persona hit so much right with 5, chat. They did not try to reinvent the wheel at all with that game. And everything that they did, they just fucking did it right. Like, that game, Persona 5 just has so much heart. The battle system, nothing's new about the game, but it just has so much fucking heart, man. Like, just give me a game with some fucking soul. That's how I felt when I played Dragon Quest VIII. I was like, holy shit. This game doesn't try anything new, but it just has so much fucking heart. Like, I love it. Turn-based is lazy game development. Are you saying? No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. I'll give you a prime example. This is, again, chat, this is like super boomer. Have any of you guys ever played the second Paper Mario game, the one on GameCube, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door? At its core, it is just a turn-based RPG. However, they did so much with the battle system to make it interactive and the setting that which you fight. They did so much to make it very interesting. Hold on, let's see if I can find a video of it so I can just show you guys. Like, I love Thousand Year Door so much. Paper. I haven't forgotten about you yet, Zelda. I just want to show you guys like some of the battles. Let's see. I don't want to go to. I mean, the game got great reviews. I just want to show you guys kind of like a battle. What's so great about Paper Mario, the Thousand Year Door? The peak of Mario RPGs. Here, let's just. Like, this game again, chat, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just have to, let's see. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, so you, in Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, you fight, all the battles take place on a stage. And part of the battle system is basically like impressing the audience. You guys can see like the toads and stuff like that at the bottom of the screen. So like if you mistime your hits, they'll leave. And you fight like on a stage. Sometimes the audience will throw things. Pieces of the stage will fall down. Some of the bosses will attack the actual audience. Like, there's just a whole lot in it. You know what I mean? Like, something so simple. They didn't try to reinvent the wheel here. And by the way, chat, this game came out in like 03. So this is an over 15-year-old game. And they just did so much with it. Not let alone the fact that the game had charm and interesting, like, lovable, likable characters, like, coming out of the wazoo. That's what I like more in an RPG, chat. I don't just want bland, bland, muscle, good-looking guy with black hair. Like, can you do a little more for me? You know, I don't want the typical hero with the spiky hair who's just, hey, I gotta save the world. I'm so tormented by my family's past. Like, bruh, just give me more. Just give me fucking interesting characters who have either interesting stories or are likable or relatable. Like that's what I guess I want more of when it comes to like an RPG. That's what I guess I'm saying, chat. Like I don't think the core of Final Fantasy like does it anymore for me. It's like Brazilian bots. I feel like they wanted to differentiated Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest combat system, but in doing this, they removed what made the main Final Fantasy feel like Final Fantasy. That's a valid take. That's a valid take. I just feel like Final Fantasy. This is my opinion. I feel like Final Fantasy has lost its soul. Like it's like lost its way. And again, I don't know how many of you guys are like real Final Fantasy fans. You know what I mean? Like if you guys feel that way or not. But that's just how I felt that for a little while, chat. The game that really made me feel that way was 15. Also, I told you guys, 15 was just, the game was just so fucking boring at the beginning too. But I don't know. Maybe it was when I first played Persona 5, I was like instantly hooked. Maybe it was the fucking weeb in me. Maybe it was because the beginning of the game felt like Yu Yu Hakusho.